Welcome back, everybody, to For the Sake of the Parlay. Today is June 1st, 2026, and what we're going to do today, we're going to review yesterday's Parlay of the day with our alternate line suggestions and give you today's Parlay of the day with our alternate line suggestions. All right, so let's get right into it. But before we get into today's video, let me tell you why you should subscribe right now. We are PPCs here, and PPCs are professional parlay creators. Parlays is what y'all want, and parlays is exactly what you're going to get here on this channel. We are YouTube's #1 parlay channel. We specialize in A-leg parlays, and we do this full time. We are giving you parlays consisting of all types of bets, including player props, totals, and spreads across all major sports, including the WNBA. Next, this is a collaborative channel consisting of two people. You're lucky to have two PPCs on this channel, in the architect and the voice. Obviously, I'm the voice, but the architect is really the one doing a lot of the planning, designing, and managing throughout the parlay making process. Without the architect, there would be no channel or none of these parlays. Lastly, and most importantly, we are giving you free daily content with picks and receipts. This is our 56th day in a row of posting parlays with reviews. We are showing you our actual betting slips and the results. We're going to keep posting and showing you the results because we don't get tired like Kevin Gates, and we ain't never scared like Bone Crusher. We ain't new to this, we true to this, y'all. And y'all know y'all doing the same damn thing as us every day, so you might as well just do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe button and do it for the sake of the parlay. So we're going to start off with our review from yesterday's parlay today from May 31st, 2026, and these reviews are important because as PPCs and daily gambling grinders, we want these reviews to be very helpful the next time you make a bet on a particular player or team. Our hope is that you can go back to one of our videos because we're going to give you good insight on what you won't see in other channels or mainstream media. And lastly, we are different from other channels who just give you picks with no reviews. We're going to do both because it's important for you to see the good and the bad side of making these parlays and gambling. Yesterday, we wound up going 4 out of 8 picks for the second day in a row. So, no, it was not a good day. However, we still are going to give you a good review regardless. And just remember, you can tell our parlay of the day, even though we are on a mean 55-day losing streak. However, within these 55 days, we've given you a whole bunch of green picks and alternate lines. All right. And just remember, we are still grinding and improving our betting as we are still on the search for our first channel win, which will come today. But here are the results from yesterday. All right, the first bet we were wrong about was this over 7.5 runs in this Detroit Tigers and Chicago White Sox game. Then we were right about the Boston Red Sox running on an alternate +1 run line against the Cleveland Guardians. Then we are very wrong about this under 11 runs in the San Francisco Giants at Colorado Rockies game. We were right about our man Mike Trout recording 1 hit. We were right about the Yankees winning on the -1.5 run line against the Sacramento Athletics. And then we were wrong about the under 9 total runs in this Philadelphia Phillies and Los Angeles Dodgers game. And we were right about Jacob Misiorowski recording under 8.5 strikeouts against the Houston Astros. And then lastly, we were wrong about the over 4.5 strikeouts for Matthew Liberatore against the Chicago Cubs. The first bet we were wrong about was this over 7.5 total runs in this Detroit Tigers at Chicago White Sox game. And the White Sox wound up beating the Tigers 2-1. And yeah, it wasn't much here. You know, this was a definitely pitcher's game as only 3 runs were scored in the total game. As you see here, 1 was scored in the top of the first and then 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Those 2 runs were given up by Tigers pitcher Anderson, who only pitched 0.2 innings but gave up 4 hits and 2 earned runs, and he gave up a home run, and that was the difference in this game. And as you can see here, he gave up a homer, and then he gave up another single, and that was the difference in this game. So yeah, we need them to score more runs from both teams, and that most definitely didn't happen. And yeah, this definitely went red for us. Next, we were right about the Boston Red Sox winning on the +1 alternate run line against the Cleveland Guardians, and we didn't even need that plus run. The Boston Red Sox won outright 9-4 against the Cleveland Guardians. And as you can see here, this is a very interesting one. Both teams got about the same amount of hits, okay? So we are actually pretty lucky to win this bet, but as you can see here, the Red Sox did more with their hits than the Cleveland Guardians, okay? And the Cleveland Guardians got a little bit unlucky, but here is the pitching stat summary here. Suarez, he pitched a pretty decent game, okay? He pitched 5 innings, only gave up 8 hits, but 4 earned runs, but 10 strikeouts. So it was actually really good, but, you know, he still gave up 8 hits and 4 runs, but 10 strikeouts is very elite. And this is an excellent pitching performance by the Boston Red Sox bullpen. Nobody gave up an earned run and only 1 hit from 3 out of the 4 pitchers. They only had 1 hit each, and 1 person didn't give up any hits or any earned runs. So excellent pitching performance. That's exactly what you want your bullpen to do. However, the Guardians, it was the exact opposite. The only person who did well for the Guardians was Dion. The starting pitcher, Bibby, and 3 of the other bullpen pitchers all gave up at least 1 earned run. So it was a terrible performance by them. And as you can see here, Boston really just had a field day on the Cleveland Guardians, and this wasn't close. And this was a great call by us, and it went green, even though we still didn't even need the +1 run line to start the game. They won outright. Next bet, we were wrong about this under 11 runs in this San Francisco Giants and Colorado Rockies game. And yeah, we were way wrong about this, okay? The Giants wound up winning 19-6. And I was just thinking, wow, we should probably never take the under ever again in Coors Field. But actually, the unders hit a little bit more than the over this year. In the over-unders at Coors Field, it's 11, 13, and 1. So that means 11 overs, 13 unders, and then 1 push. So it just seems like we pick the under when all these games go crazy over, as this one did. And as you can see here, it was 9 runs scored in the 5th inning here, okay? 7 by San Francisco and then 2 by Colorado. And that really killed our under bet right there. As you can see here, Devers had a really good game. He went 4 of 6. And had 1 RBI. And then Adames, he went 3 for 5, and he had 4 RBIs and 1 home run. And yeah, I forgot to mention Devers' home run. Then Elkridge, he went 4 for 6. So yes, obviously the Giants dominated in here, as you see in this pitching summary. We don't really have to focus on the Giants pitching because their offense did everything for them. But for the Rockies, Agnos, he pitched an absolute terrible game. He got in for 1 inning and gave up 7 earned runs, and that's exactly how you get fired. Okay, that's not good at all. But as you can see here, it was a home run derby for the Giants. And yeah, this is one of those Coors Fields game where, damn, it went way over when we picked the under. But I think going forward, we're going to try to focus on trying to avoid betting unders at Coors Field because damn near every time we picked them, it's been over. Next, we were right about Mike Trout recording a hit against the Tampa Bay Rays, and he most likely did, as the Rays wound up winning 5-2 and beat the Angels. However, Mike Trout did come through for us. He went 1 for 4, and that's all we needed him to do. Now, he did have 2 strikeouts, but as you can see here, hey, Mike Trout got a single in the top of the 6th inning, and that's all we needed him to do. And that's why these bets are really good. They're really quick. One swing of the bat can make your parlay go green, and that's exactly what our man Mike Trout did for us. And we most definitely will be betting Mike Trout a lot this summer, so stay tuned for him being a part of a winning parlay ticket. Next, we took the New York Yankees on the -1.5 run line, and they wound up beating the Athletics 13-8. Okay, so they definitely covered the -1.5 run line as they won by 5 runs. But as you can see here, they scored all their damn runs at the top of the 3rd inning. Okay, 13 runs in 1 inning is absolutely crazy. But that's exactly what we needed to happen. And as you can see here in this pitching breakdown, Warren, who started the game, he pitched 6 innings, only gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, but no earned runs, because they all came from walks, and he had 5 strikeouts. So that was actually a really good game. He kept his team in the game. But, you can also see here, Bednar, he ended the game with a strikeout and pitched 1 inning. But Cruz, he wound up giving up 1 earned run in the 8th inning. And then Hill, he did not have a good outing. After Warren came in, he gave up 4 earned runs in 1 inning, and that was not good. However, the story here is for the Athletics pitching. Lopez, who started the game, he gave up 7 runs in that 3rd inning, which is absolutely terrible. 7 runs on 5 hits, but he did have 3 strikeouts, and then Kelly came in for the rest of that 3rd inning, and he gave up 6 runs. So that was a very ugly inning for the Athletics, and that was obviously the difference in the game. The Yankees didn't score any more runs, but the rest of their pitchers did all right the rest of the game. They did not give up any runs, but 13 runs in 1 inning is absolutely crazy. As you can see here, yeah, they had a field day on that 3rd inning, and yeah, there is no mercy rule in Major League Baseball, but that 3rd inning is very nasty, and there is in Little League Baseball, but not Major League Baseball. They were about to throw in the towel, but yeah, shout out to even the Athletics bullpen as they rebounded from that bad 3rd inning and did not give up any earned runs for the rest of the game. Next, we're wrong about this under 9 runs in this Philadelphia Phillies at Los Angeles Dodgers game. And this was a very close one as the Dodgers wound up winning 9-1. As you can see here, our bet was good until this 8th and 9th inning, okay? So 1 run was scored each by the Dodgers in the 8th and then the Phillies in the 9th. And as you can see here, this guy Hernandez, who closed the game for the Dodgers, he wound up giving up a home run in the top of the 9th inning, and that was what caused our bet to go from a push to a loss. And as you can see here, yeah, our bet was good all game to that 8th inning. Somebody gave up a sacrifice hit to Freddie Freeman, and then Hernandez of the Dodgers, he gave up a home run. That's what caused our bet to go red. But yeah, this was a very close game for our bet. It made it 8 innings, and then yeah, it did not come through for us at the top of the 9th. But hey, still went red, but we'll just make a better bet next time when it comes to these 2 teams. Next, we were right about Jacob Misiorowski recording under 8.5 total strikeouts, and he did come through for us, but he pitched an excellent game as he led the Brewers to win 2-0. Misiorowski, he wound up pitching 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 0 earned runs, and 8 strikeouts. Now, we're not going to get used to betting the under on Misiorowski's strikeouts, okay? He's very good. He's very elite. So we can definitely target his high strikeout props next game or the total for the game because obviously he's an elite pitcher. And as you see here, he pitched 88 pitches, 54 of them were strikes, and 8 strikeouts is good. So he was very close to getting that 9th strikeout. But hey, this bet went green for us. We called it. He will get a lot of strikeouts, but sometimes he won't get like that 10 or plus more strikeout. But like I said, we definitely won't be targeting this in the future. He's good, and he's more than capable of getting over 8.5 strikeouts on a regular basis. So this is a perfect example of somebody getting an under on our strikeout prop, but he still had an excellent game, and we do appreciate you, Misiorowski. Again, he is somebody who's definitely going to be a part of our winning ticket one day very soon. Next, we were wrong about Matthew Liberatore, recording over 4.5 strikeouts against the Chicago Cubs. Now, the Cardinals wound up winning 5-1, and Liberatore had a very good game. He pitched 5.1 innings, only gave up 3 hits, 0 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts and 1 walk. So he was actually very, very close to this. He pitched an excellent game. That's exactly what his team wanted him to do, but he only ended up having 4 strikeouts. So he would have been very close to that 5th, but hey, it didn't happen. And this is somebody who we definitely expect will get high strikeout numbers in future games, but it just didn't happen this time. And here's a review of our alternate line suggestions from yesterday, May 31st, 26. So we wound up going 2 out of 3 in our alternate line suggestions. The first one, we were wrong about the over 6.5 runs in this Chicago White Sox and Detroit Tigers game. And yeah, as you can see here, there's only 3 runs scored, and they scored them pretty late. So this was a bad call. This went well under our bet and our bet in the parlay of the day. However, we were right about the Yankees winning. So we picked them to win on the run line in our parlay of the day. However, obviously we picked them on the money line here. So they won both of the bets as they won 13-8 and they won by 5 runs. So the next bet we were right about was recommending the under 10.5 runs in this Philadelphia Phillies at Los Angeles Dodgers game. And this is why this segment is so important. Picking this alternate line of under 10.5 runs would have made your parlay. You wound up losing because we took the under 9 runs in our parlay of the day. But if you took our alternate line suggestion and gave yourself that extra run and a half or a little bit less odds, it would have went green in your parlay. And again, that is why this segment is so important in our channel. All right, here's what you've been waiting for. Here's today's parlay of the day for June 1st, 2026. And just remember, we are giving you that octopus. That octopus is that raw parlay ticket, that raw 8-leg parlay, and we are going to finally turn this into some calamari. And we appreciate y'all rocking with us 56 days in a row. However, here is the parlay of the day today. First of all, shout out to the architect. This is another well put together parlay. We're going to turn about $12 into about $12.50. All right. And first, we are going to take the under 8.5 total runs in this Miami Marlins at Washington Nationals game. And then next, we're going to take the Cincinnati Reds on the money line against the Kansas City Royals. Then we're going to take the Brewers on the money line against the San Francisco Giants. Then we're going to take the under 8 total runs in this Chicago White Sox at Minnesota Twins game. Then we're going to take the under 8.5 runs in this Colorado Rockies at Los Angeles Angels game. Then we are going to take the under 4.5 total runs in the first 5 innings in this New York Mets and Seattle Mariners game. Then lastly, in 2-pick same game parlay, we're going to take the Dodgers to win on the money line against Arizona Diamondbacks. And then we're also going to take the under 9 run. First of all, we're going to recommend taking this Miami Marlins at Washington Nationals under 8.5 runs. And we like this because Alcantara is a good pitcher, okay? And he's a good ground ball pitcher. And he used to be the ace for the Marlins, all right? So that means he's their best pitcher. And, he's going to induce a lot of ground balls, so a lot of weak contact and no home runs. All right, next, Cavalli is a high strikeout pitcher for the Nationals that induces a lot of swing and misses. All right, so this dude low-key might be kind of nice, so he could get a lot of strikeouts, and if people are striking out, they won't be getting hits or runs or home runs. And then next, Miami's offense has been inconsistent. They are one of the worst teams in the MLB in slugging percentage, so they usually don't hit hard and they usually don't hit home runs. And then lastly, there are unfavorable weather conditions today in Washington. It's cloudy, it's going to be kind of cool, and the wind's going to be blowing, so it's going to be favoring the pitchers and not the hitters. And we definitely expect this game to go under 8.5 runs. Next, we are taking the Reds to win on the money line against the Kansas City Royals, and we like this because Chase Burns, and I really like that name, Chase. That's a great name. He is way better than Avila of the Kansas City Royals. All right, they're calling Chase a phenom, okay? And he's already got an ERA of 1.96, so that's sub 2, and that is very elite for pitchers. Also, he's 7-1. All right, and Avila is just not very good. Okay, his ERA is damn near 6. That's a huge difference right there. Numbers never lie, as they used to say on ESPN, but that's the truth. All right, so Burns is way better than Avila, so that is a huge advantage for the Reds right there. And next, the Royals are on a 6-game losing streak. All right, I'm the type of person who likes to ride streaks until they aren't good anymore, and I'll just take the better Reds team against the struggling Royals team. And then lastly, the Reds have Ellie De La Cruz. Ellie is nice, okay? He's the type of person that's going to get some hits. He can steal some bases, and he's an excellent infielder, so nothing's going to get past him. The Reds are just a better team, and we're definitely going to take them on the money line, as they are almost close to minus 200 favorites. Vegas is expecting them to win this game too, and they will go green for us in our parlay. All right, next we like the Milwaukee Brewers to win on the money line against San Francisco Giants. And we like this because the Brewers are just the better team. They're one of the better teams in Major League Baseball. They're 35-21 compared to the Giants, who are 23-26. Okay, and then we also like this because the Milwaukee Brewers have the best team ERA in all Major League Baseball. So that means they have the best combination of starting pitchers like Mizorowski and their bullpen. Okay, so this game is totaled at about 7.5 runs. So Vegas is expecting this to be a low-scoring game, which obviously features better pitching. They mean that the pitching is obviously going to make a difference in this game, and that's going to be good because also, too, the Giants have been struggling on offense, with the exception of what they did yesterday in Coors Field against a terrible Rockies team at Coors Field. The Milwaukee Brewers and their pitching staff are going to bring them back down to reality today, and we definitely expect the Brewers to win on the money line, as they are the better team. It's the Giants, and go green for us in our parlay. Next, we like the White Sox versus the Minnesota Twins game to go under 8 runs. And we like this because Joe Ryan of Minnesota and Sandlin of the White Sox are very good, okay? Joe Ryan, he's been very impressive so far this year. And rookie Sandlin for the White Sox, he only gave up 1 run and retired 18 straight batters in his last game, right? So he's actually very good. And given these two factors, this game should probably be about 7.5 or 7 runs, but it's not. It's at 8, and it's slightly favored on the side of 8. Next, the White Sox are missing Murakami. He's their best hitter, so him not being in the lineup is very good for our underbet. And then lastly, the wind is blowing in Minnesota at Target Field, where the Twins play, which is where this game's going to be played at. Yeah, even if these guys do give up some hits, they're not going to go very deep. And obviously, Minnesota has a colder climate. The wind's blowing in. This favors the pitchers and our under in our bet. And we definitely expect this to go green for us. Next, we like this Colorado Rocky and Los Angeles Angels game to go under 8 runs. And we like this because Jose Soriano, he should dominate against this Colorado Rockies team, okay? He's the Angels ace, and he should have a good game against this Colorado Rockies team. The next, Kyle Freeland of the Rockies, he's the Rockies ace, okay? He's actually off to a very bad start, but he has been a little bit unlucky. And if any game for the Rockies is to go under, it's when Kyle Freeland is pitching. He's their ace, and he's expected to do well. And then next, the Rockies have one of the worst road offenses in all of Major League Baseball, okay? Their numbers are very inflated because they play at the best hitters park in all of Major League Baseball. So when they go on the road, they really struggle and they get exposed. And lastly, Angel Stadium is a pitcher-friendly stadium. It's not the most pitcher-friendly stadium in the MLB, but it's definitely pitcher-friendly. So that means it's definitely under-friendly, and we definitely expect this to go under 8 runs to go green in our parlay. Next, we like this under 4.5 total runs in the first 5 innings in this New York Mets at Seattle Mariners game. And we like this because Warren and Hancock of the Mariners have been very elite so far this year. Warren, his ERA is at 1.4 and Hancock's is at 2.78, so that's actually very good. And if you add that up, that is under 4 runs for the total game for both these starting pitchers. And the Mets offense is not very good outside of Juan Soto, okay? So if Hancock's able to get past a couple of batters and not have anybody on base when Juan Soto gets up, that's good in itself. That's his only really big challenge. And then next, the Mariners Park is very pitcher friendly. All right, T-Mobile Park is one of the best pitcher venues in all of Major League Baseball, and that's why this is a good bet. And lastly, we don't have to worry about the bullpen. Both these starting pitchers are good, and Seattle has a very good bullpen, but the Mets don't. So hey, we just need these starting pitchers to pitch how they've been pitching all year, and this bet will go under, and it'll be a very easy under bet for us to go green for us in our parlay. All right, and lastly, we're taking a 2-pick same game parlay. We're going to take the Los Angeles Dodgers win on the money line against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and we're also going to take the under 9 runs in the game as well. And I'm going to combine this one. We're going to take the Dodgers on the money line because Sheehan and Rodriguez are both great. All right, so they're good starting pitchers, especially Rodriguez. He's a great sneaky pitcher that you're not going to hear about on ESPN. He keeps games very low, even as a left-handed pitcher. And Sheehan, as long as he doesn't give up no runs early, he should be able to pitch deep into the game. So that's definitely going to favor the under. And then next, the Dodgers just have the better offense. They have the all-star lineup. They have Ohtani, they have Freeman, they have Muncy, they have Teoscar, they have Mookie Betts. They have the more powerful offense. So going heads up, they will be able to score some runs probably late in this game. And the next, Chase Field is not good for right-handed batters. And this is just based on the dimension of the field. I like to target 2 right-handed pitchers or unders in these games. I'm definitely expecting this to be under, given that it's being played at Chase Field in Arizona. And then lastly, the Dodgers have the better bullpen, and that'll be why they can keep the game low, and they can also win the game. The Dodgers have that big payroll. They pay all their pitchers good. They pay all their players good, okay? And, well. But yeah, it's going to be a combination of the Dodgers winning and it being a low-scoring game. I'm predicting something like 5-2, and for the Dodgers, that means that our bet can hit the under and the Dodgers to win. Complete the last leg of our parlay. So let's take a look at our alternate line suggestions for today, June 1st, 2026. And here they are right here. First of all, we're going to start off by recommending taking the Cincinnati Reds on the minus 1.5 run line. Now, we are taking them on the money line in our parlay of the day. However, this is just an alternate line. We really do think that they have the starting pitching matchup, and we're going to take them to win by at least 2 runs as an alternate line suggestion. Next, we are recommending taking the under 9.5 runs in the Chicago White Sox at Minnesota Twins game. Now, we're taking the under 8 in our parlay of the day. However, giving yourself an extra run and a half is a better bet. Next, we are recommending taking the Milwaukee Brewers on the plus 1.5 run line. Now, they are the favorites against the San Francisco Giants, but obviously giving yourself plus 1.5 runs in this matchup is a better bet. And just remember, with our alternate line suggestions for today, a better number equals more cushion. For example, the Brewers on the plus 1.5 run line is a better bet than the Brewers winning on the money line. Also, with that better number, it always equals less odds. For example, Milwaukee Brewers on the money line is minus 156. However, the Milwaukee Brewers on the plus 1.5 run line is minus 265. All right, there you have it, everybody. That's the parlay of the day today. Thank you so much for watching. Good luck with your bets, especially if you're tailing our bets. And just remember, winners never quit. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and one good parlay can make your day. All right, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video, another parlay of the day.